A lot of the bites that we will deal with are dogs that you're not familiar with. Typically they occur outside.
A 10-year-old was sent to the hospital after being attacked by a pit bull in Douglas County, Minnesota earlier this week. So Valley News Live decided to investigate how often dog bites happen. Valley News Team's Ryan Laughlin has details on where they most often occur and what you can do to keep you and your family safe.
In just over a week's time, the Grand Forks Police have responded to 8 different animal bite calls. They say a majority of those are dogs. They do say that's a little bit more than they usually see, but they also say the majority of those bites happen here at the dog park. Lucky for Alu,
I come here every day.
Savannah Ferguson takes her to the dog park often.
I live in an apartment with her, so she needs the exercise.
But she was surprised to hear that this park is where police say a vast majority of dog bites happen.
Do they really? That's crazy.
Dog bites and behavior is something Officer Engstrom knows well.
The youngest one we have, she's still very much puppy.
He rides with Riot, his well-trained canine compadre. He says it's important to understand when a dog could potentially be dangerous.
Tail down or tail straight up. Tail won't be wagging very much. You'll typically see the hair on the back of their neck stand up a little bit if they're angry or getting aggressive.
He says this time of year is the most common to get bitten by a dog.
When we have dogs in a confined space or dogs meeting on the sidewalk as people are walking them, there's always that potential.
Back at the dog park,
A lot of nice dogs.
dog owners say a vast majority of pups and people are well behaved.
Hi, babies.
From Grand Forks, Ryan Laughlin, Valley News Live.
Police say they take dog bites seriously, but a vast majority of the bites they see are considered minor. The best way to protect yourself around an aggressive dog is to pull in your arms close to your body and then widen your stance. You should not try to startle dogs. Let them get comfortable with you before you try and pet them. A man from Manador, North Dakota is being treated at a Fargo hospital after being run over by a tractor. It happened north of Hankinson. The Richland County Sheriff's Office says they received the call just before 9 o'clock this morning. Officers say 62-year-old Steve Bladeau was baling hay and was run over after getting off the tractor. He was airlifted to a Fargo hospital with possibly life-threatening injuries. A leisurely walk near Ribfest in Fargo turned into quite a scare for one woman earlier today. Check this video out sent to us by a viewer. You can see the white SUV trying to make a left turn, and there it is. That's when the truck smashes into the tail of the SUV, and the woman standing at the crosswalk disappears from view. You can see later that she jumped and backed out of the way. Let's watch that one more time. Slowed down a little bit more. The person who sent us this video says he caught the close call on dash camera on the corner of University Drive and 19th Avenue. Well, after a crazy day of weather in the Northern Valley yesterday, the National Weather Service is now shedding some light on the tornadoes that hit the area. It's confirming that there were 5 tornadoes in all, and they have rated 2 of those so far. So Justin, what can you tell us about those ratings?
And thank you, Christine, and good evening, everybody. Yeah, we do have the ratings for 2 of the tornadoes out of the 5, and both of them have been rated an EF0 on the scale. The first one, that one you saw in the video near Hatton, peak wind gust around 80 miles an hour. It left a path length of 2.7 miles, and the other one, a very weak tornado near Inkster, 70-mile-per-hour winds only on the ground for 0.2 of a mile. We should have the other 3 coming out pretty soon. Now, for today, not a lot going on, nothing on the radar. A pretty calm day. We got partly cloudy skies across most of the area, and temperatures still warm for this time of year, into the upper 70s to mid 80s, depending on where you are. We're going to have another mild evening as we go through the 7 p.m. to midnight hour. Temperatures falling into the 70s, and then eventually into the upper 60s. We're going to have more active weather as we go through the weekend and to start next week, and we'll tell you more about that coming up later in the newscast.
Okay, thank you, Justin. We've got new information about a story we first brought to you yesterday out of Douglas County, Minnesota. A man wanted by law enforcement after being caught on camera roaring past a police officer on his motorcycle has now been arrested. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office reports that 23-year-old Brandon Cada of Alexandria, Minnesota was arrested last night for fleeing the officer. A sheriff's deputy clocked Cada at 79 in a 55-mile-per-hour zone. He refused to stop, leading to the officer on a chase. That was eventually called off for safety concerns. The motorcycle seen in the cruiser dash cam video has now been impounded. Deputies say the public's help was key during the investigation. Interviews have concluded in a search for the new West Fargo police chief, and all that's left is officially picking a new leader for the department. Scored interviews started in March and have ended with Heath Yonke, an FBI agent, and Troy Hischer of the North Dakota Highway Patrol. West Fargo Police Department staff had the chance to meet with the candidates yesterday and today as the final step in the process.
Things that they saw that they liked, that they didn't like, give us their perspective. So we plan on meeting with a couple sergeants from over there, getting their feedback. We'll get commission feedback, staff feedback.
The next commission meeting is on June 19th, and though there is no set timeline for a decision to be made, the mayor of West Fargo has said he would like to be able to announce a new police chief pretty soon. New this evening, fired former FBI Director James Comey is on defense just hours after testifying on Capitol Hill. President Trump's lawyer blasted Comey this afternoon for his disclosure that he provided government documents to a friend to be leaked by the media. Comey also reiterated the president had not personally been under investigation. Mola Lenghi has more from Washington.
And as you know, we're under siege. You understand that. But we will come out bigger and better and stronger than ever. You watch.
President Trump promised to keep fighting, just as former FBI Director James Comey told Congress the president fired him because of the investigation into Trump campaign ties with Russia.
I was fired in some way to change, or the endeavor was to change the way the Russia investigation was being conducted. That is a very big deal.
This is Comey's first public statement since being fired May 9th. Today, Comey admitted he leaked material to the press through a trusted friend because of the president's tweets warning he might have tapes of the meetings.
I asked him to because I thought that might prompt the appointment of a special counsel.
Some senators pushed Director Comey about his lack of a response when President Trump asked him to back off the investigation into fired National Security Advisor Michael Flynn.
Why didn't you stop and say, Mr. President, this is wrong. I cannot discuss this with you?
It's a great question. Maybe if I were stronger, I would have. I was so stunned by the conversation that I just took it in.
Mark Kasowitz, President Trump's personal attorney, denied the president ever asked to stop the investigation.
The president never suggested that Mr. Comey, quote, let Flynn go.
And Mr. Kasowitz slammed Comey for leaking the material, saying he would leave it up to authorities as to whether Comey should be prosecuted for sharing privileged conversations with the president. Mola Lenghi for CBS News, Capitol Hill.
During today's testimony, the Clinton email scandal was once again shoved to the forefront. Comey told senators former Attorney General Loretta Lynch insisted he call the Clinton email scandal a, quote, matter and not an investigation. This is a day of honor. It's a day Red Cross volunteers and its partner organizations are being recognized as heroes for their contributions, not only to the Red Cross, but the community. Today, the Red Cross is singling out 2 people and 1 company for their efforts. They are Jack O'Donnell, a World War II veteran who also a veteran volunteer, Slumberland's program that provides beds for families in need, and Diane Atkins. She says after she retired, she wanted to do something that might truly make a difference. So Atkins says she chose the Red Cross.
I love the people that I work with, and I love the work that I do. It's become like a second family to me, and I feel I'm giving back to the community.
Atkins also helps recruit and train new Red Cross volunteers. She says she is thrilled to be recognized for her contributions. An expensive remodel in East Grand Forks is not paying off. The city's pool will remain closed for at least a couple more weeks. Last year, the city of East Grand Forks poured $2 million into renovating its pool. This year, when they turned the water on, they discovered a broken pipe. Water flowed under the lining of the pool and ripped it up from the bottom. City officials tell Valley News Live crews need to break up the concrete to diagnose the problem. They say they don't anticipate repairs will cost more to the taxpayers, and they're hoping insurance or warranties will cover the repairs, but say it's too early to tell. The Fargo Police Department is giving you a heads up. There may be some people you don't recognize wandering around your neighborhood. In a post on Nextdoor, police state that Southwestern Advantage Group will be going door to door selling educational learning products. The group is made up of college-age students from Europe. Currently, there is one male from Estonia. Fargo police say the post is a general notification to let people know that this merchant has a license to go door to door. For the 20th consecutive year, the city of Fargo is serving as the host of the Special Olympics North Dakota State Summer Games. More than 600 athletes will participate in events like volleyball, powerlifting, and swimming. The games kick off tonight with athletes marching in a parade to the Civic Center, where NBC's The Voice Blind Joe and Josie Bernadette will perform. Volunteers say they hope the community can support the athletes during this three-day event.
I think the people who come out and watch are going to learn a lot about Special Olympics. They're going to find out that we're talking about athletes. They're true athletes. They work hard. Their skills levels are up and down, but they do their best they can.
Tomorrow, the events will be hosted at Davies High School. On Saturday, they'll be at Fargo South High School. A bow angler who was fishing in a private gravel pit near Redwood Falls on Sunday night caught the largest invasive carp ever recorded in the state of Minnesota. Take a look at this. This is a big head carp that measured 47.5 inches in length and, get this, weighed 61.7 pounds. It was caught about 80 miles upstream from the Minnesota River. A safety gate that's supposed to keep your children safe is now being recalled because it's got some serious problems. That's still ahead tonight.
And a normal high temperature in Fargo is 76 degrees this time of year. We were better than that, up to 84. We're also dry, and that is going to change. We have plenty of chances for some rain and maybe some severe weather. We'll have the full details and weather coming up.